Copy. Discord notification. That. There we go. Was I muted? Was I unmuted during the intro part? I'm assuming I was, yeah. Well, I'm here now. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? Hope y'all are well. Hope everyone is good. Let me pin this message. Pin message. There we go. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Throwing all this stuff away. Don't need you. Don't keep you. Okay. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? That is a good question. Somebody asked. What are we doing tonight? Well, I don't know. Actually, I do know what we're doing. What we're doing tonight should be a pretty chill stream. It should be a pretty max relaxed stream. Smoke them if you got them. Grab a drink. I'm enjoying some gamer subs right now, but at some point I probably will grab something a little bit more lubricating. But it has been a long journey with this guy. It has been a long journey. I fixed the clicking. If you weren't here for the member stream on Thursday, we fixed the clicking. In case you haven't noticed, I'm missing the skirt. I haven't put the skirt back on. We took the skirt off. But we got the clicking is no longer clicking. So if you're wondering what it was, no clue. We took it all apart, we put it back together, and now it's not really clicking. I have a feeling it has to do with belt tension. Like if a belt's just ever so slightly over tension, it's not happy or something. That's all I can really think of. So the idea of what we're doing tonight is this is just going to be kind of a recap stream. Today's stream should be pretty recap-ish. What we're going to do is we're going to get a proper slicer profile set up for this. Because right now we're just kind of YOLOing a profile. We essentially told it it's a V2 that has 4 tool heads. We haven't told it it's a tool changer. We just it's a V2 working under normal V2 profile, but it's a tool changer. So it's missing some tool changer shenanigans. So we have some options on what we can do here. We have some options on what we can do here to make this all happy, go lucky, and make everything all good. So apparently there's an update for Orca Slicer. So I'm going to download the update. So we have 2 options. Either we play around with Orca Slicer and get an Orca Slicer profile set up. Is there an example profile for a stealth changer? Like, is there a demo? Is the stealth changer in Orca Slicer? Why is this? Oh, I'm at 130%. That's why. Orca Slicer Fat Pack EXE. There we go. Does Orca Slicer have a profile for Stealth Changer in it? The other option is, apparently this works pretty good, is you use the Prusa XL profile in Prusa Slicer, and you just change the starting and ending G code. What are we doing about tool offset? What do you mean, what are we doing about tool offset? We've done the calibrations. Look at all these calibrations. It's calibrated. We've already done the tool offset. It's in G code. Don't update. It's an alpha build, not stable. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So in that case, we're going to stick with Prusa Slicer because Orca has been a little bit funky. Freaking mosquitoes. It's that time of the year. Mosquitoes are out like crazy. They're not really eating me. They're just everywhere. And now there's a bunch in my garage. Where's your index kit? I don't know. Go to Sweden and go knock on the door of Bontech and be like, hello, hey, knock on the door. And then go over, I can't do a Czech accent. And just go call up Joe and be like, hey, Joe. Yo. Okay, so since Orca Slicer is apparently not recommended, what we're going to do is we're going to use a Prusa XL profile and we're just going to mod that shit. We're going to take a Prusa XL. Prusa XL print's really good. I like the Prusa XL. I use it. It does stuff. We're going to add a Prusa XL profile and then we're going to change it. Did I see the post about Vision Miner? I did. I don't really want to talk about it. Simply for the fact that I have no base for that conversation. What does that mean? I don't know anything about Vision Miner other than the fact they make this stuff, which is really nice. I like this stuff. I use it on all my printers. I put this shit on everything. But I don't know anything about Vision Miner as a company. So somebody writing a blog post like that on a subreddit out of nowhere, I don't know. I don't know. It's very early. If they respond, and depending on how they respond, we will talk about it then. But as it is right now, I have no way to verify anything because I haven't heard any of this stuff before. Like, did the Vision Miner folks kind of give off tech bro vibes? Yeah, but that's kind of a common thing in the industry right now. So I don't know. Seems very one-sided. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you don't know what it is, internet rumors, somebody wrote a blog post on the 3D printing subreddit just kind of trashing Vision Miner and some practices that apparently the company does internally and some of the cultural aspects of how the company operates. But if you want to look up the post, you can. I'm not going to share it because it is literally one post with like out of nowhere. So I'm not going to fan the flames on something that might be completely made up or we have nothing. I have nothing to go off of. So I'm not going to comment on it. Usually when I comment on it, I comment on something in the industry. Like, you know, we've hinted at and we've talked about on the Discord a current creator in the industry that's having a bit of a crash out. I have some firsthand experience with involving some stuff, and I know some stuff going on in the background, and I've heard stuff, and I've seen posts, and you know, I kind of can, I have enough information absorbed to form an opinion. This is one Reddit post with nothing else attached to it out of nowhere. So I'm just like, we'll wait for more clarification, some actual evidence or a response from the company or something, and then we'll go from there. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. There we go, just cleaning off this blob. So, let's do this. No, I want my fan. Turn my fan on. There we go. So discard that. What did it do? Bring me my profiles. Oh my God. See how it's doing this? See, every time I go to load up new profiles in Prusa Slicer on Windows, it likes to like do this. Prusa Slicer on Linux, no stalling. When I tell it we're doing stuff, we just do stuff. So yeah. I mean, we have Vorons in here. We have Vorons, other FFF. I don't think Stealth Changer is in here. Is Stealth Changer in here? I don't think Stealth Changer is in Prusa Slicer. No. Okay. So Prusa Research, we have a 5-tool Prusa. I could tell it's an index. Or no, we don't have index yet. Okay. So we have a 5-tool Prusa XL. Okay, with input shaper. We're gonna say it's high flow because of course. Oh no, not single tool. Not single tool. Prusa XL 5-tool input shaper. High flow. 0.4 nozzles. There we go. Next, finish. There we go. Overlay not up. Oh yeah, that's right. We had a member stream and we turned it off. Overlay. What is spooky vision? Oh. Like, what is spooky vision? Do I have spooky vision? There we go. Overlay. There we go. Because of OpenGL? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So first things first, printers. This printer only has 4 tools, 4 extruders, not 5, 4. Okay. Now we open up the internets. We go here, and then we go tool changer config. We go down to slicers. Okay. So slicer G codes. Here we go. Okay, so we are using Prusa Slicer. So the start G code is this. So custom G code. Print start. Look at all this shit. Delete, delete, control. There we go. Okay. And then tool change G code. Which one is that? Tool change G code. After layer, tool change G code. Okay. Control A, delete, put that. And then, shoot, what does it have? Okay, so I'm going to save that as a copy for now. I want to see what it has for NG code for. I'm going to have to change my NG code. Tallboy SC, there we go. Oh, just print N. Okay. Okay, print N. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that's that. That's that, that's that. Did it not save? Oh no, this is it. Discard. This is what I'm supposed to change, this one. Okay. Okay. Control V, print N, okay. So we got our extruders here. So that's all that. Custom G code, machine limits, okay. So machine limits, so max print height, we will tell it it's 210 for now. And now we need to tell it it is 330 by 330. Okay. Can I change the texture of the bed? Okay, whatever. There we go. We got to change the G code to Clipper too. Clipper? Yep. Okay, now we're gonna save. We're gonna save this as Voron SG Tallboy. Stealth Changer Tallboy. There we go. Okay. So that's that. That is that. Okay, so this we should all be able to leave pretty similar. So let's just tell it it's Prusament Pet G. Or PLA, Prusa Prusament. Yeah, let's just say Prusa PLA. I wish there was a way to change all the filaments at once. It is a little annoying having to select all of them. Prusa PLA, okay. So this one's green. And then this one's orange. And then this one is blue, but a darker blue. And then this one's red. There we go. Okay, so that's that. What did I say? It was a post on, I think I shared it on the subreddit, or on, not the subreddit, the Discord. It might be in the members section. It was on the 3D printing subreddit. I don't really want to highlight it too much at this point, just because it is extremely new, and like nobody from the company, I've got no corroborating. It could just be somebody crashing out, right? So I really don't want to, like, it's hard to say at this point. Okay, so extruder, is there, where is max flow rate in this thing? Where is max flow rate on this thing? Filaments. Okay, right there. Okay, so we'll leave that. We'll leave it for now. Let's just get a print going. We'll just do a print. And we'll see how it goes from here. So, one thing we've learned is we've put the purge tower in front, so we have less oozing. So we have that. Outer segment, we'll do that orange. This one will be blue. And then these. Red. There we go. Okay. Slice now. So this is using the Prusa Slicer Prusa XL profile. Okay, I can't send this to Connect. Export G-code. Don't send this to the thing. We will have a bad time if we do that. Upload and print. There we go. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. While this printer is heating up, if you haven't yet, enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Every stream, we give away a spool of Polymaker filament from Polymaker. And if you want a chance to win that spool of Polymaker filament, enter for your chance. The link below. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and things I do, consider becoming a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. It's the best way to support the channel. So there we go. So what has everyone else been up to today? What has everyone else been up to today? What has been... I did yard work this morning. I fixed one of the posts on a fence that was falling down. That was a bit annoying. We need to redo our fence along the back of our house and along this neighbor's side. This neighbor, we did the fence a couple years ago, so it's good. But along the back, it was all the fencing was done before we bought the house. The posts are starting to rot. So a couple of them are held in place with like those, you know, those metal, like, plates that you like drive into the ground and then you can like use it for fixing a fence post. So I have a couple of those, and one of them in the back wasn't put in properly. Like it was put into the mud, not where the post is. So I pulled it out and fixed it this morning. So I think I gave myself a little bit of tinnitus slamming that hammer into a chunk of metal for like 10 minutes this morning. Just twing, twing, twing. So now my ears are ringing. So that, and I bought an axe. Oh, a hatchet. So I chopped up a bunch of wood and I felt all manly and whatnot. That was fun. Dodging a hurricane. It's May. Touched grass, got groceries. Nice. I got to take everything off of our patio, off of our deck, down to the patio so I can power wash the whole thing, sand it, and restain it. Nothing is worse than having to restain your deck every couple years, because it starts to go and then you go, oh, I'll do it next year. And then the next year rolls around and it's really wet during the period where you would normally do it. And you're like, okay, I should be good for one more year. And then that year rolls around and it's gone. And it's like, shit, now I got to do even more work to fix it up. So. My local Costco has a Fanatic electric screwdriver set. These ones, I bought this at Costco. It was cheap. I've dropped it more times than I can count. I've lost the little diffuser for the LEDs. So you just see all the LEDs, and I think one of them is even broken. So this thing has fallen on the ground multiple times. And you know what? It works really good. I like this. I bought this, and then I bought one of these like stupid little Nico bit sets from Amazon. So they're the long bits, so you can kind of get into spots. It works really good. I like this setup. Did I? Yeah. Oh yeah. I couldn't find the old hatchet. I broke down and bought a hatchet. I bought a Fisker's X7, which according to like the camping gear subreddit, because I wanted a little hatchet to bring with us when we go camping, so we're chopping up firewood essentially for splitting firewood. That's all I wanted it for, was just splitting firewood when we go camping. So it's light, it's small, it fits in our little bin. I'm trying to set up my camping stuff so that we have a bin with like everything that we need for camping in it, ready to go at any point, so we can just kind of like grab and go. I got to do more purge lines, so that is the first thing I got to fix. So print settings, skirt and brim, 3 that. And 3 layers. Yeah, we got a little, oop, I didn't turn that camera on. We have a little bit of under extrusion. So we got to do that. .2 speed SC. There we go. So you can see we have a little bit of under extruded. That's okay. So I've changed it. We got more loops. I use skirts as priming, essentially. Skirts are for priming. So now we're heating up the next hot end. Pezla's, do you have pizza? You got pizza? I want pizza. Dude, I've had 2 pieces. I had 2 Eggos today with peanut butter and 1 hamburger with a couple potato wedges. That is all I've had to eat today, and I am hungry, and it sucks. I have a bag of nachos, and I want to make cheesy nachos, but no, I gotta be good. I'm down 7 pounds though, so we're good there. Get this set up so you guys can kind of see it a bit better. There we go. Slice nearby or make a frozen one. Frozen pizzas. Okay, I will answer this. I will say this. How will I say this? If you have a pizza stone, the trick is, if you have a pizza stone, put the pizza stone in the oven, heat the oven up to like 450. I don't care what the box says. Heat the oven up to like 450. Let it sit for like half an hour. Let that pizza stone get nice and hot. Put a little cornmeal down on it. And then put the frozen pizza in. It doesn't turn out too bad. But if you don't have the time to cook a frozen pizza properly, like we're talking like you put it in the oven as the oven's heating up on a rack or whatever, it always turns out like shit. Also, you need to put more cheese. You need to have some extra toppings ready to go with frozen pizzas, because they have costed frozen pizzas down so much. You are lucky if you get like enough cheese. So if you do frozen pizzas, you gotta cook them on a pizza stone in a ripping hot oven, and you need to have extra toppings and cheese ready to go right away. So you need to put that on your pizza before you put it in the oven. Or you just go get a fresh slice and you're ready to rock. Pizza in a smoker is awesome. I have never tried pizza in a smoker. So we are over extruding a little bit, I do believe. We may have to adjust some flow values. What are we doing for flow? Oh, extrusion multipliers. Oh, that's what it is, yeah. Advanced. Yeah, these. Oh yeah, we're definitely. Well, we are over extruding like crazy. That's why. Fresh slice of pizza over 30 minutes away. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, we don't have Z hop either. Where is Z hop? Z. Where's Z hop? Where is Z hop in Pizza Slicer? Z hop? What's it called? Oh, it doesn't do it on the first layer. Okay, that makes sense. We're on the first layer, so it's not Z hopping on the first layer. That makes sense. I got my Frog Life shirt on. The happy frog on the back. Can't remember what's on the back of this shirt. What's on the back of this shirt? I'll do this, and then I'll turn around and look at the stream and hope the delay shows it. There we go. Oh wait, you can't see it. Okay. So if I do that, onto the camera. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Okay. That little bit of extra heating up is a bit annoying. Definitely gonna have to play around with more values. I wish Steve wasn't in Japan right now. And I could borrow his stealth changer profile. Do they have a profile? Is there like an official stealth changer profile? Like with any of the slicers? They don't give you a profile, do they? They just kind of... Yeah, they just, here's your G code, have fun. Okay. This red is very stringy filament. See, I want to use Orca. Orca has the ability to preheat dock tool heads. Prusa Slicer can't. So we're losing time to the heating up and the stabilization and all that jazz. Too many extruder combos and mixed combos. I know. Yeah, I can see it's dropping it down to 165 to hold it. And then that. So let's see. Oh, retraction when tool is disabled. Didn't you say Steve was using like 25 millimeters for this? Were you guys saying Steve was using like 25 millimeters for this, setting retractions when the tool is disabled? Because we want it to like really retract, don't we? Multiple extruders. There's a vicious rumor that rear ahead is in. Why does a PlayStation 3 having rear ahead mean anything? What is rear ahead? What's wrong with Orca? I don't know. We were playing with Orca earlier, and it kept using tool 3 instead of tool 1. And we don't know why. Yeah, okay. So let's adjust this here. So let's play with another setting here. So we're gonna make this so that's in printers. So let's make this 25 and then unretract 25. So it sucks that filament right out of the hot end. We do not want. Steve was using 25, we'll use 25. So we'll try that. We're adjusting settings as we go. Oh, read ahead is in Prusa Slicer 3. Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Could somebody find me another 4-color test print to use? Because we keep using this maker chip, which I guess works pretty good for this testing. But Steve is retracting. Yeah, Steve's using Revo. I'm using Chibi Tubes. We've got a melt zone longer than insert joke here. Oh God, Enrico Palazzo pulled out of the Great American State Fair. Dang it. The rubber ducky? Well, I mean, it's a wubby ducky, and it needs 5 colors for it to be done right. And we only have 4. It said Enrico Palazzo. Please tell me you guys in chat know who Enrico Palazzo is. Y'all know who Enrico Palazzo is, right? Who? Enrico Palazzo. He saved the Queen. He's a famous Italian opera singer. Remember when he sung the national anthem before that baseball game where the Queen was there and saved the Queen's life at the end of it? Man, kids these days, no culture. If we weren't on, oop, dang it. Okay, lost the skirt. Hopefully we didn't need any more skirt. Yeah, it's a bit chunky. There we go. Started watching the new Naked Gun movie. I kind of like the new Naked Gun movie, but I like the old Naked Gun movies. Like, yes, it's dumb, but that's like the whole point of it. Although watching the Naked Gun movie, it was more front-loaded. The best jokes were at the beginning of the movie. The movie was very front-loaded for humor. I just want to say, though, I do want to say, we are at, this is like print number, I don't know, well, I've reprinted the same thing multiple times. How many, actually, I could just look at the history. Okay, apparently we have done 27 print jobs on this. So we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a bunch of those. So we've done probably about 10 prints on this printer so far. We haven't had a failure yet with the tools. We haven't had a tool change failure yet. Like, everything that we've been faffing around with this printer has been software side of things. This printer mechanically has been chooching. She been chooching. Beer Medic gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it, Beer Medic. Awesome possum. Leslie Nielsen's not everyone's cup of tea. Oh, surely you can't be serious. Everyone likes Leslie Nielsen. Like, how do we have an 8-hour print on that? And it's like, oh yeah, I did that one multicolor print. Yeah, look at, yeah, this red is super stringy. I think, what red is that? I think that's Prusament red. It's like a galaxy red. I might need to turn the temps down too. I got a feeling these Chibi Tubes printing PLA at 210 is a little too hot for them. Back on. Trying to find a random, there we go. What nozzles? It's an assortment of random nozzles. I think the nozzle on hot end 4 there is like a straight up, just literally an AliExpress 0.4 brass nozzle. So that also may be why it's oozing a little bit more than the others. Because they are literally just a bunch of random nozzles I had floating around that I put on the printer. Because I needed a bunch of 0.4 V6 nozzles. And I used to have a lot more. But it turns out I got rid of a lot of them over the years because I stopped using hot ends that used V6 nozzles. I moved over to like Rebos and whatnot. And then most printers that I built, I just used whatever single nozzle comes with the printer. So I just kind of, I went from having a lot of V6 nozzles to not having a lot of V6 nozzles. So it just kind of happened. There we go. We have our skirts back on. We have re-skirted the printer. PLA at 205. Yeah, I'm going to drop these temps a little bit. Okay. Why is it saying 225, but in here it's 210? First layer, other layer. How is it? Prusa PLA. Edit preset. 225. 210. How? Where? It's cooling down on the dock. I know it cools down on the dock, but look, this tool 1 is active and it's printing at 210. And now it's docking. It'll drop to 160. Or tool 1's active, sorry. But see, it's 210. How's it going from... Where's this coming from? Where's this 210 coming from? Saying 225. Okay, something's effed here because it's saying 225 in here. SC chip, PLA, PLA, PLA. Yeah, it's all Prusa PLA. Prusa PLA XL 0.4, 225. So then why is it doing 210? Is there, am I missing something here? It's a big old G-code file. Frickin' Windows can't even open Notepad anymore. Print settings, multiple extruders, ooze prevention. Print settings, multiple extruders, ooze prevention. Enable temperature variation -110°C. Default value -5. I mean, this isn't even... Am I printing the right export G code? SC chip, yeah. XLIS. Oh, you know why? I'm printing the wrong damn thing. I'm printing the wrong damn thing. This is old G code. Watch. I'm printing the wrong damn thing. This is the wrong G code. This is the wrong G code. Yeah, it saved it as BG code, which, so what happened was, yeah, I just hit E-stop. I hit upload and print. That explains it. Yeah, because I hit upload and print, but this is just G code. Okay, how do I tell it not to do the fancy G code? Support binary G code. There we go. Turn that off. Okay, so now filaments. Let's 210, 205. There we go. Print setting, ooze prevention, -50. Slice now. Yeah, that makes a bit more sense. That makes a bit more sense now. I'm like, this doesn't look much different than our previous profile. And because it wasn't our previous profile, it was the profile we were just using. That makes way more sense. Oh my God. Okay. Export G code. Save. Okay. Upload and print. There we go. Binary G code. Prusa machines, you can use binary G code, which is BG code, which allows it to compress the file down even more. So that way, when they transfer the file over to the machine over their network, it's a smaller file. G-code files can get pretty big, pretty quick, which is also probably why this G code didn't open, because it was encoded using binary G code. So what happens with binary G code, the files are smaller, which means when you're transferring over to the Prusa machines, which have, not the fastest Wi-Fi, you save a bunch of time, okay? And also, it allows the Prusa machines to start printing before the file's fully transferred over, because it downloads in order, I guess. So, the problem is, that is something I believe only Prusa machines can read binary G code. Clipper can't. So we have to do it in... So now, okay, now trying it with the current setup. So we'll see how this goes. Upload just from the slicer. Yeah. That was dumb. So we just wasted, half an hour printing something I didn't need to print. Oh well. Oh well. Potato, tomato. Potato, tomato. BG code, yeah. I seen a thing, people need to start, I seen a thing, it was on Reddit, it was like, we need to start pronouncing Gen AI like Forrest Gump does, just to insult it even more. Gen A, you made that GIF with Gen A. This running wire wasn't open. Well, because right now, Prusa Slicer thinks this is a Prusa XL. So uploading this to my Prusa XL isn't going to work, because this isn't a Prusa XL. This is a stealth changer. Okay, so now let's see how this works. Because also, I don't know how... You can set up Prusa Slicer to work over the network, I believe. But I've never set up this to work with Clipper. I don't know how to do that. Configuration. Yeah, I don't know how to set up Prusa Slicer to talk with Clipper over the network. That is something I haven't done before. Okay, you are under extruding like crazy now. You are under extruding like crazy. What is going on right now? This is even worse than before. Printers. Yeah, they're 0.4 nozzles. They're high flow nozzles. .2 speed. Okay, now it's just under extruding like crazy. What is going on here? That was horrible. That was horrible, sorry. I'm just gonna let it run just to see if it was just like an under extruded nozzle thing. Like the nozzle just didn't have filament ready to go. Are you gonna flow properly? There we go, now you're flowing properly. Yeah, it's just under extruded. Okay, I told it to do three prime lines and it did not. I told it to do 3 and it didn't do 3. Why did you not do 3? Multiple extruders. Why did you not do this? Yeah, it is under extruding like crazy. Also, this is all corrupted. Something's corrupted here. Because why is it doing the prime line through that? The G-code's corrupted. Something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. Pause. Cancel a print. Something is off here. Something is off here. Because you notice how it made... Here, let me watch. Disable motors. See how it did the prime line right through here? Why would it put the prime line? Why would it do the skirt? What is going on here? Because it shows it doing this. Why did it go up to here and then cut right across here? Do we have a corrupted G-code file? Printers, general. It's reading Clipper. Is there arcs? Is there an arc setting I need to enable or disable? Like, let me watch. Save. Okay, save that. So let's try Tallboy SC. Okay, transfer that over. Support stealth mode, ring anytime. Yeah, Clipper. Okay, let's just discard that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, other than sequential printing limits, radius and heights, whatever. Okay, so the G-code thumbnails, I mean, whatever. I don't think that matters. Arc fitting is under print settings. Arc. Enabled. Disable. Should I have that disabled? I'm assuming I should have that disabled. Yeah. Let's try this now. Let's try this now. Yeah, disabled. Okay. So slice now. Export G-code. Save. Save. Okay. Yeah, that's really weird and under extruded. Okay, so we did that. Upload and print. Let's do this now. Try this again. Do I have it enabled in the printer's file? I don't think so. I mean, I could watch. It's disabled in the other profile. So in the Voron profile, it's disabled. So we'll leave it disabled. So we'll leave it disabled. Because it's disabled in the Voron profile, so... There's a skirt. There's a skirt. Where'd my skirt go? Motherfucker. Give me back my skirt. Give me back my skirt. Okay, let me make sure my arc is off. Arc disabled. Why did that not save? That's why. Okay. We want disable that. Default extrusion width is 0.4. First layer 0.4 because we got way too much over extruding. That one could be that. Infill. Over extruder infill. Top solid infill. Down. There we go. Okay. That's that. Okay. Filaments. $205. Save. We're going to call that SC PLA. Stealth Changer PLA. There we go. There we go. Multiple extruders. -50. Save. I want idle temperature 160 C. Save, save. Okay, extruder 1. Okay. Slice now. Export G code. Save. Okay. Restart. Hey, look, a bear. There we go. Okay, where in here is the network settings? Because obviously it's not Prusa Connect for this printer. So where is network settings in here for connecting this over the network? I don't even know where that's at. Printers. Have I measured any rigid? Bro, all we've printed so far in multicolor are these little chips. We haven't checked rigidity yet. And yeah, we probably have lost rigidity. These are all the tool heads are now riding on pins and magnets. So they are definitely not going to be as rigid. Yes, you are going to lose. The tool heads are going to be more wobbly. It is what it is with the Stealth Changer. Right hand side, the cog next to the wheel. Add physical printer. Oh. SC tall boy. Post type. Clipper via Moonraker. IP address. Test. Okay. Send to printer. Upload and print. Uploaded. Physical printer. Oh shit, look at that. We got mainsail built into Prusa Slicer now. Isn't that nice? That's something you'd never see Bamboo do. You would never see Bamboo allow other printers to use their slicer like Prusa does. No, seriously, we are in Prusa Slicer here. And physical printer. There it is. And I could check on my Prusa printers too at the same time. That's pretty cool. That's pretty nifty. Now hopefully it works. Hopefully it works what we're doing. Damn, it was easy. I know, isn't it nice when companies just aren't dicks about shit? When they're like, yeah, just use our stuff the way you want to use it. It's your tool, you paid for it. Not, you will use the printer the way we want you to use the printer. Clipper instructions for G-code arcs. Okay. Add G-code arcs to printer config and you're done. Oh, okay. Copy. So we have that. We go in here. So it's machine, printer.cfg. There we go, G-code arcs. Okay, save. Enable. There we go. So that'll be something we can play around with in the future. Bamboo Slicer. Yeah, but are they going to let you connect it and upload files directly from Bamboo Studio directly to... Orca can do it. Does Bamboo allow you to connect your Clipper printers to Bamboo Studio? I sound like John Deere. Like the tractor? That's the only John Deere I know. I didn't even know, is John Deere a real person? Or is it like a Mavis Beacon thing where it's like not a real person, they just kind of made up a person? Are you gonna extrude filament? You're not extruding. 1 second here. Pause. You're not extruding filament. Okay, end print, cancel print. Move up. Extrude 50 millimeters, extrude. Okay, now we have filament. Okay. I think it did a big retract at the end of the last print when I paused it, so. And actually, I gotta fix this because I got all these filaments are different. I got a SC. Where's SC? Oh, down here at the bottom. Okay, SCPLA. 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 There we go. Slice it down. There we go. Okay. Printers, let me just double check. Okay, export, upload and print. Try again. When it comes to right to repair, I've heard that. I don't have much experience with John Deere tractors because, I mean, I watched Clarkson's farm. That's the closest to farming I got. That and the little, the little patch or the little this thingy. I built this so the little guy can grow some plants in the backyard. Look at him. Look at him water his plants. Look at him water his plants. Doing such a good job. We'll know if G-code arc work. Yeah, good point. Is anyone at JERF right now? Japanese Rep Fest? Is anyone over in Japan right now? Is everyone over? I mean, it would be 9 in the morning if you're there right now, or at least it'd be. Ooh. Oh, you're doing a probe while hot now, apparently. And we're going to find out if we're going to blow a fuse, because all the hot ends are heating up right now to a preheat temp, it looks like. Sam and Joel from Polymaker are okay. That's probably why my application for the Polymaker affiliate program is not being replied to. Polymaker's changing their affiliate program to a... it used to be every month it reset, and now it's like a better system, but you could just apply to it. So everyone had to re-sign up, so I'm waiting for mine to go through. I think it's still valid. The one I still have is valid, but they're moving into just a more genericized affiliate program instead of, you know, having special creators. And apparently one of those former special creators isn't happy they're not a special creator anymore and is crashing out, which I find hilarious. If you know, you know. So now all creators are equal. So that's good. Well, Steve, and it's slowing down our ability to get R2 parts. Troy J, I know. I've got the filament sitting right there. You saw me take it off the desk at the beginning of the stream. I want to print R2 parts, but I'm waiting for Steve to go, you're good. Okay, hey, it's printing. Nope, we're not arced. We are not arcing. We are not arcing. Oh, because I didn't restart my printer. That's why. 1 second. I have to... Printer.cfg added that. Save and restart. Okay, now arcs might work. Now the arcs might work. It's like you have to do a little something before that works. It is so nice to just be able to, like, oh, I got to clean the nozzle. Okay, just kind of pick it up. There we go. I love that. I love being able to do that. Okay. Let's try this again. How are the new ABS? I don't know. I don't have them. So I can't really say how they are. I'm hoping they're good. I'm hoping the new ABSs are in line with their ASA. It's not that I have anything against the Polylite ABS. It's just I much prefer the ABS or the ASA from Polymaker for printer parts, because the Polylite ABS is a blend, and when you blend ABS, you lose some of the material properties you want out of ABS at the cost of being a little bit easier to print. But the ASA is ASA, so I'm hoping the newer ABSs are more closer to the ASA line that they currently have. So. Community manager that's in charge of accepting apps is in Japan. Did I show you my? I don't know if I posted it. Canva login. I used the right email address for this. I think I used the wrong. Oh yeah, I did. I made a meme. It's so dumb. I'll post it in the Discord, and then I'll share it. But this is... I made the Place Japan meme. So yeah, I wish I was in Japan right now. But yeah, that wasn't going to happen. How toxic is ASA? It's fine. I mean, it's plastic. You're around it all day. Are you talking about breathing in the fumes? Well, don't live in the room where your printer's printing if it's printing nonstop. Honestly, I have never been concerned about my exposure to the off-gassing of plastic in 3D printing. I do not print, as much as I print, I do not print enough to be worried about the exposure. You walking behind somebody's old, you know, Pontiac Sunfire with a busted exhaust, you probably get more VOCs from that than being in a room with a printer printing on the other side of the room. Open a window. Yeah, G-code arcs. So here's the thing. This is a CNC machine, but it is a neutered, I can't say the R word. Apparently we're not supposed to say the R word, but it's stupid. Okay? G-code is a language, and proper CNC machines can speak it fluently. This is like grade 2 level of oh, hey, it worked. This ain't speaking the proper language. Okay? This is not speaking the proper language. This is under-speaking the language. Because it just... 3D printer G-code is missing a lot of stuff. One of them is arcs. In proper G-code, 3D printer G-code is all points. Move here, move here, move here. So when it makes a circle, it's not making a circle. It's going from here to 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 here. All points. An arc... You could tell it to do a G2 move instead of a G0, which is a normal move, a G1, which is a rapid move, or vice versa. One of them you need an F. I think it's like G0 moves are like you move at max speed, and G1 moves at whatever your feed rate is. So you need a G1, X whatever, Y whatever, Z whatever, ABC whatever, and then you need an F for your speed. An arc is just like, oh, do a G2 or G3 arc, which is G2 is clockwise and G3 is counterclockwise arc, or vice versa, I can't remember. And then you have a modifier, which is how long the arc is and the radius of the arc. So it'll do like, instead of having it go boom, 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 it goes, oh, I need to make, you know, go 180 millimeters for this many degrees or whatever, and it goes, and it does an arc. So. Are you still under extruding like crazy? I think it's still under extruding like crazy. Oh, no, no, we're good. We're good. Oh, yeah, that's much better. And you could see it's preheating up these other nozzles that are next on the list. So I'm a little worried about ooze, though. So we'll see how good this 25 millimeter melt zone retract helps us. We'll find out in a minute. It's either going to ooze like crazy, or it's going to work. We'll find out. So why not just add G2 to Clipper? Because it wasn't part of Clipper originally, because Clipper used a lot of the Marlin and RepRap firmware G-code library. So Clipper does support arcs now. We enabled it. Clipper does support arcs. You just have to enable it because it's not something all 3D printer firmwares use. Oh, are we jammed? Are we under extruding? I think we got to jam. We got to jam. We got to jam. 1 second. Pause. We got to jam. Move you up. Yeah, we got to jam. Extrude. There we go. And resume. See how this goes. Won't produce arcs in their output. Well, it's a thing. Most slicers default. Well, that's why you tell it what flavor of G code you're running, for one. So it can do specific different G codes, or different firmwares read G code differently in terms of like order of operations and whatnot too. So you want to make sure you're reading it in the right way. But also, you don't want it generating arcs if the G code, if you're feeding it to Marlin, right? If we're feeding it like an Ultimaker original, it ain't gonna know what a G2 is. I believe Clipper still interpolates the points along the curve real CNC controllers have. Yes, so real CNC controllers with proper controllers can actually do the math on the fly. I do believe the way Clipper does it is it reads the G-code arc and then it interpolates it into points. But that is still a more accurate curve than pure just ... So, up-to-date Marlin supports it too. Nice. Okay, so blue is working, I think. Yes. What a mess. Are you working? Yeah, that's working. Good. The print isn't big enough for me to see. Has anyone seen the back? Has anyone gone to see the Backrooms movie yet? How was it? Okay, so it's doing like two tool look ahead. So yeah, this is gonna ooze like crazy, I think. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that 25mm retract helps. Well, the red's good. 200% scale. I don't know if this print goes okay. We might actually try a proper 4-color print. I mean, we're still using these same colors because I'm too lazy to change colors. Did the red jam? No, the red's good. It is a little under extruded. Okay. So let's see. Going to orange. Oh, that's a blob. It is oozing like crazy. Oh, green's good. I mean, it might work. We'll see. I might have to do a bigger than 25mm retract. We'll see. Because when it does that D-retract, it is pushing out a lot. Okay, how do I tell it not... It's looking like 2 tools ahead. How do I tell it to not... Okay, let's see. Print settings, multiple extruders. Okay. So enable. So it's dropping it to 50, but it's only doing it... Like, it's only doing it the 1 tool. I want it to disable all the tools. Okay, so we got no ooze on the red there. Or no orange. I don't even know if it's printing that orange. Is it moving? I can't see. Yeah, no, it's working. It's working. We might be good. We might be okay. We'll see. 165 peeps. Yeah, everyone liked the smash button. Although, we only have 120 people have entered for a chance to win some free polymaker filament. Every stream we give away a spool of polymaker filament. If you want to win that spool of polymaker filament, you got to enter. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. Got to do that now. Got to do that now. Okay, so 25 is we're getting a big blob at the end. So I'm going to drop these from 25 to 20 for the D-retract to hope that that kind of cleans that up a bit. Because it's making a bit of a big old blob there when it D-retracts. Okay, that is a mess of a D-retract. Yeah, look at that gumminess. I don't like that. I don't like it. Put 2 small 4-color with Discord. Nice. Bearded Printer gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciated. But that 25mm retract is helping with the ooze. It is helping with the ooze, that's for sure. Are you going to pick up the red tool head? Are you going to go to the red? No, we're going back to orange. Yeah, you can see the giant blobs on the Prime Tower. Gergman, gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciate it. Yeah, so the 25mm retract is a good idea, but we definitely need less D-retraction because when it's coming down to Prime, it is over extruding like crazy on that Prime. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this print here and cancel it. I'm gonna pause this print here and cancel it. We're getting there, but it's still not at a level where I'm happy at. Because that is not viable. That is not viable. So I need to figure out, because what it's doing, it has this behavior where it's holding, I want it to not preheat all the nozzles. It's preheating all the nozzles, and I don't want it to do that. I only want it to preheat the next nozzle, not all the nozzles. Because it's preheating all the nozzles. And because it's preheating all the nozzles, they're just oozing. So, not arc, preheat. Okay, let's see. So machine 1. So I dropped this from, here, let me turn off the overlay on here. So we're doing 25mm retract, and I'm gonna try 20mm extra length. Oh no, I don't need extra length on. No, I don't need extra length, I'm an idiot. Why was I doing extra length? Shouldn't need extra length. Why was I doing a 20mm extra length? So it was doing a 25 millimeter de-retract and then another 20 millimeters. That was stupid. Okay. So that's smart there. That was a dumb move on my part. No wonder, yeah, no wonder it blobbed. But I need to figure out advanced. Okay, enable ramming for multi-tool. Multi-tool ramming. Okay, that's not what I want. Shrinkage. So essentially, it's keeping. There's 4 tool heads, and it's keeping the next 2 hot. So how do I tell it to not do that? How do I tell it to not do that? Multiple extruders, ooze prevention, temperature variation. Temperature is not active. Yeah, drop it 50 degrees. That's fine. I mean, I can even do 40. We'll do 40. Okay. But how do I tell it like how many tools in advance it can preheat? There wouldn't be a start G-code thing. I do want to change one other thing too. Tool changer. Where is the deadband? I'm bumping that up to 6. Bumping the deadband up to 6. Perimeter extruder, solid extruder, active. How do I tell it what active? Extruder, minimum travel, acceleration, accelerations, no. Support material, advanced. Elements. Other layers. I'm trying to find this setting, and I don't know where it would be. Travel, lift, retractions, retract tool. When disabled, yeah. So, wait, is this double? Retraction when tool is disabled. And then I have retraction when tool is disabled, advanced setting. So why are there 2 of these set? Why is the setting twice in here? Like, how do I tell it to only have 1 active tool at a time instead of 3 active tools? Like multiple extruders. Active doesn't bring up anything. Tool change ordering, optimized, cyclic, interface shells. Yeah, I know there's a temperature variation. The thing is though, once it docks a tool, it basically tells the next 2 tools to stay active. Yeah, screw it. We'll just let it roll with what we got now, and we'll see what we got. We'll let it rock. We'll let it rock, see what we get. Let it rock, see what we get. Why did I just get an email from PlanetSide 2? Yeah, because see, like right now it's preheating all the nozzles up to 160, except for the one that it's probing the bed with, which is 145, which that's fine. but I wanted to like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because the problem is, like, it depends how long a print is. On a print like this, where it's like jumping between the nozzles every minute, it's not a big deal. But on a print where it's like, I won't be using this nozzle for 20 minutes. I don't want it sitting there at temperature oozing the whole time. Also, the click is back now. But it's higher up. It's like higher up now. Is it beer o'clock yet? No, the click's on the other side now. Now it's this one that's clicking. It's the front right one that's clicking now. It's a belt tension thing. I think it's a belt tension thing. If I remember correctly, it's a belt tension thing, so I just gotta loosen that belt ever so slightly. Yeah, we'll let the print start, and then we'll... let the print start, and then we'll get a beer. Idle temperature under filament, maybe an Orca. Filaments... Actually, idle might bring it up. Idle. Temperature, idle temperature. Yeah, it's 160. Idle temperature is 160. Yeah, it's 160 for... yeah. I don't know. I don't know. See how it goes. See how it goes. All these strings. Fired for drinking on the job. I know my boss is going to be so angry. What do we got? Slicin clear. I went to my mom's today, right? We dropped the little guy off at my mom's for a couple hours today just to go hang out with Nana. I was like, are you still doing YouTube as a job? I'm like, yeah. It's like, how's that going? I'm like, that's going. It's like, okay. I'm like, why? She's like, I don't know, I thought you would have had a job by now. I'm like, this is a job. She's like, is it? I'm like, thanks, Mom. What about increasing the size? Yeah. Well, that's why once we kind of get it working, the idea is we're going to don't tell me you are you jammed again? Are you jammed again, Orange? Orange, did you jam again? Orange jam again? Extrude. Orange jammed again. Damn it, Orange! Okay, one second. Yeah, Orange jammed again. Dang it, Orange. Orange, you glad you're not working right? I mean, this filament probably is not the greatest. I mean, it's pure cement, but it's... I got way too much friction on our feed gears for these. We want extrude. There we go. And resume. There we go. All right, beer time. Smoke them if you got them. Grab a drink if you got it. Play video games for job. You guys do know I stream video games on Twitch now, right? Follow me on Twitch. We're playing Mass Effect. It's fun. We'll have another stream tomorrow. We're almost done Mass Effect 3. Well, I don't know actually how close to almost done we are, but we're doing Mass Effect 3. We're almost done. I do have to drop the temperature on the extruder motors for the other ones. The other extruders, I think, are running a little hot. I know I adjusted the value for the first extruder, but I haven't changed the others. Okay, so this is blue. Is blue extruding? I can't see if blue's extruding. I think it is. I can barely see. Yeah, I'm just going to bug Steve for his profile when he gets back from Japan. Be like, Steve, you got a working profile for a stealth changer? Can you just give it to me? You went through all this. Ba 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 ba. Mana mana ba ba da ba. Mana mana ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba ba. What am I drinking? Slicin Clear, because it was on sale at Walmart and it was the only low-calorie beer they had on sale. Because I'm trying to actually lose some weight. Yay. That red is so oozy. Is this testing speed for tool head movement when switching tool head, or is the final? I mean, these are just kind of eyeballed values for now. We could probably bump up our tool change speed, and there is room for optimization in this profile. We're just kind of trying to figure out where is, okay, let's get it working so we can reliably print, and then we'll optimize it after, kind of thing. Right now, we're basically using a, previously we were using a Voron V2 profile that we just told had 4 tool heads. So while it printed pretty good, it had issues with the tool changes. So instead, what we're doing now is I told it it's a Prusa XL, and we just put Voron G-code in, start and end G-code. So it thinks it's a 4-tool Prusa XL, essentially. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to have to do a little bit extra here because we're under extruding at the start of prints. So what we're going to do is extra length on restart. We're just going to put like a 5, I think, for now. Because I think we got the oozing problem pretty good. But the problem is it's under extruding on start. So when it's priming, it's like barely priming. So we will try that for the next print. So we'll be on the river fishing, but little one has a stomach bug. Oh no! Oh no! Nothing is worse than having a kid who's sick. It identifies as a Prusa. The G code, ignore. Yeah, the G code STL works. Whee! Yeah, that red filament is still oozing like crazy. Even the green is kind of oozy. The green is oozy and the red is oozy. The other stuff isn't too bad. I have no idea how well that Gary will print. I have no idea how well this Gary will print, but we'll give it a try. Multiple kids sick at the same time? Nope, one and done. I have one kid and I cannot have any more, so I'm okay with that. I had my Bowden tube cut. Pretty much. Energy on the sip, like, oh no, she's like, yeah, go get it done. Once we were like, oh yeah, we're only having one, they're like, okay, go get snipped. Honestly, if you're wondering if you should do it, if you're on the fence, do it. It is so much nicer to not ever have to worry about that. The post-snip stream. Dumbest idea ever. I spent the rest of the day sitting in my chair with a bag of peas on my crotch. It's not fun. Did I see the very index-like printer at Jerf? Which very index? Are you talking the Creality one? Or are you talking the one that had the big turret thing that spun? I'm hoping somebody has a photo album of pics from Jerf so we can look at them on the Tuesday stream. What is the printer in the background? Which printer? This one? This is a Voron V2. A 250 or a 300 millimeter Voron V2 with a VVD on top. Big Tree Tech VVD. The Jerf 26. had a video that was Chinese, I guess, index-like tool changer. Was it the Infomec or the Creality one? Because there's the two that I know of, which are the Infomec and the Creality one. The Clitic tool head. This was really cool. I saw this. This was really cool. Like that is one way to do what is it called? Scalies? It's like fursuit, but it's a scale, so it's scaly. That is really cool. That is really cool. How many Pruses do I have? Yes. Out here in the garage, I got 2 Core 1s. I got a Core 1L, and I got a Mark IV that's in the enclosure right there. And then inside the house, I have an XL, 2 Mark IVs, and yeah, I have an XL and 2 Mark IVs inside the house. Infomec, yeah. So yeah, other than under extruding at the start, I think we're kind of good here. This is like, it's still oozing a bit. We're still a little droopy on these. Some filaments is a little wispy, but that could just be the filament. It's high-speed PLA, which I'm not a huge fan of high-speed PLAs. So this one, we're gonna let it finish. And then the next print, we'll just let it finish out with the next print. Which will be Gary. No, where's the other colors? Okay, so we got... Oh, that's gonna be a with these colors, that's horrible. Smart fill. So green on the body. We want red for the racing stripe. Oh. What color are we gonna do the shell? Yeah, the colors I have are not good for Gary. The colors I have are not good for Gary. Need a more genericized multi-color print. Been doing a bit more creative partnership programs. They have. Prusa used to not do a lot of sponsoring. Like, Prusa used to not give out free printers all the time, but they do now because, like, all the Chinese companies do it, so they flood the market. Every creator who does anything remotely maker was given a free bamboo printer. So everyone sees bamboo printers everywhere. It's like the Coca-Cola thing, right? You want to be the company that when people think pop, Coca-Cola, printer, Prusa, printer, bamboo. You want your company name to be synonymous with the thing. So bamboo marketing was really smart. They basically shotgun printers to everyone. Everyone got a free printer. Everyone got a free bamboo. So now when you're like, oh, what printer should I use? I don't know, that creator that Super Fast Matt, he uses a bamboo, so I'll get a bamboo, right? So. Okay, I need a multicolor print. Multicolor. Just ran out of Pet G Gloop. Oh no! There we go. We'll do the chameleon. We'll download the chameleon. We'll do this chameleon print. Extract all. That's not it. Where is this? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I don't want that one. I don't want that chameleon. What the heckle is that? Chameleon. I want a multicolor chameleon print. Yeah, but I just want a version of this without the key holder. Multicolor print. The dumpster fire. No, that one's like a 3MF with way too many things I have to adjust. I don't like it. Best match, most popular. I'm just trying to find like a generic multicolor print that doesn't really matter too much about what colors I have loaded. Panther chameleon. Panther chameleon. No items found. I don't see Panther chameleon. Prusa chameleon. Prusa chameleon. Anyone got a link to it? Prusa. Let's see, what's on their models? 3 models. Color mix chameleon. Okay. There we go. I gotta paint it, don't I? Can I split it into parts? Split to objects? Split to parts? Where's the multicolor? Oh, it's probably this. No, that's a 3MF. 4-tool version with colors. Yeah, and that's what I uploaded. So why is it only showing the one color? Oh. Ah. Okay, let's move. You over here. Okay, how do I change the colors? Is there a way to change the colors? Because I want the stick to be orange, and I want all of the orange. How do I change the colors? How do I change the colors? Is there a way to just change what color is which color? Click the palette. I am clicking the palette. I know there's this palette, but I want to just change what color is which. Here's on the left. Like, I know there's different colors, but I want, like... But how do I change it around? I want to swap this to orange, and I want orange to be green. I just want orange to be green and green to be orange. How do I do that? So if I slice now, oh yeah, camera's gonna wig out. Hey. Default drop down on the left. What do you mean default drop? Like, this can change the colors for painting, but it's already painted. I just want to swap the colors around. Because I know you can pick your different colors here. I know that. But I want it, like, this is already pre-painted on the right. Editing? Like, there's no options here. I can't click on anything here to change anything. Like, these are my colors here, but they're already preloaded with the filaments. So I can't change these around. Like, this is already loaded with green, that's already loaded with orange. I just want to change orange and green around. That's all I want to do, is just swap out orange and green. Swap the filament. That is stupid. That is stupid. I shouldn't have to manually swap the filament. Yeah, I'm not manually swapping the filament to make this match. So I want that orange, that green. That's all I want. I just want this. Or in the printer software. Oh, I guess I'll manually swap the filament. There's this command in painting. Well, I got the painting here, but like there should be a way to just swap the colors. I just want to swap the two colors. Like, I can unload and load. I can do that. I know I can do that. But there should be a way to be like, you know, there should be a way of doing that in here. Yeah, that's stupid. I wish there was a way to change that. Well, no, the problem is all the colors on here. How am I going to paint all the orange green? This was painted by hand and saved as a 3MF file. It's not like these are individual components. That's the problem. These aren't individual components. Except for the eye. The whole body is one component. Yeah, it's not smart fill. It's not smart fill. All this was brushed on. Somebody went through and painted this. So there's no way to easily change that around. So I'm gonna have to, I mean, this print's almost done. I'll just swap red and green, or red and orange. Yeah, that's the problem with multicolor. There's no, like, I really wish this model was multi-part. Because if it was multi-part, then yeah, it's easy. But it's already a pre-painted model. So that kind of sucks. That I'm now going to have to swap filament like a Neanderthal here. To get it to work. I mean, it's printing fine. Swap the spools in the software. I don't know. Is there a way? Like, I don't know how to tell it tool 1 is tool 2 and tool is now tool 1. Like, I don't know how to manually tell it that tool 0 and tool 1 are now this in terms of the G code. That's kind of the problem. Is there a color mapping? There is a color mapping, I believe. So nozzle, multiple filaments. Yeah, like there's, you know. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything while it's doing that. There is color mapping in what is it? Hyperpixel? I can't remember whatever the interface we're using instead of Clipper screen. If you just switch the colors in Slicer, yeah, switching the colors in Slicer don't mean anything. They're just a way for you to look at it and you know, monkey brain. Oh, orange is orange. All the printer sees is G code. Tool 0, tool 1, tool 2, tool 3. It doesn't see colors at all, right? Colors are like, you know, like those people who give the speeches, right? We shouldn't see in colors. We should see in doc numbers, right? I don't see colors in people. I see tool 0. We're all tools. We're all tools. We're all tools for the man. Yeah, I wish there was a way to, like, just straight up, okay, just swap the colors. Like, oh no, I painted it all and I painted it the wrong color. Now I have to... There's no way to easily swap it. That's kind of annoying. That is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Also, we need to get rid of frickin' grid infill. Full spectrum at some point. Yeah, we'll play around with full spectrum at some point. Yeah, so we're gonna have to change tool 1 to orange, tool 2 to green. See? Now this looks like how I want it. That will be a cool print. So I'm gonna slice it now and you guys can watch my camera freak out. That ain't gonna work there. I gotta move that. Back there. Oh, I was talking about the wife. The wifey came out to grab a drink. Yeah, the colors you see on the side there, when you go to paint, those are just for painting. That's just selecting the colors you want to paint. You paint with the left mouse and the right mouse button. So you can, you can fill or brush or whatever. The problem is this model is pan painted and saved as a 3MF. So normally what you want to do, if you want to be nice to your end users, is you either export it as a 3MF with multiple parts, or you just export the model as multiple parts that you load in the slicer. That way you can just paint by part. It's like paint by numbers, but in 3D. So you pick like the stick, that part you can paint, and that way you can pick what color goes on what part. The problem is this is already pre-painted with 4 colors. And again, the colors aren't anything. You're not painting by color, you're painting by tool number. And then you just color the tool number by, just in your slicer, you pick the colors here. But these don't tell it that it's a green filament loaded. The printer doesn't know what color is loaded unless you tell it, but it just reads G-code. The G-code doesn't say, oh, tool green, it goes tool 0. It's just tool 0. It just goes off tool number. So my frustration is that there's no way to easily just like, oh, hey, this painted model, what is orange, make it green, and what is green, make it orange. So just swap tool 0 with tool 3 or whatever. There's no way to easily just like swap the tool color ordering, right? You can't just tell it, tool 0, instead of using tool 0 here, use tool 1. And instead of tool 1, use tool 0. That's the problem. Do I have any wood infill? I do downstairs, but I haven't used it in a while, and I don't know the condition of it. So we're just going to use orange, because why not? I think we're done. Yep, we're done. So, yeah, am I? Oh man, I'm doing the out hot. There we go. Ah, hot. There we go. Okay, unloaded and unloaded. I have to do a little housekeeping here. 1 second. Machine, tools, tool 0, because this one is not scorching hot. So tool 0. What I want to do, I'm going to cheat. Venture Excel, what do I have for pressure advance in here? 0.04. You know what? I'm changing these all to 0.04. 0.04. And then 0.75 run current. Save. Because these motors are getting a little hot. Okay, save and restart. Okay, so now unload the green. Unload the orange. Load the orange in tool 1. Okay, let me heat up tool 1. Because I can't do, 1 second here. There we go. Okay. Let me get these prints off the bed. Oh yeah, that's much better. A little over extruded on the top surface, but I can live with that. Okay, so home all. Because I gotta heat you up and I gotta purge a bunch of your filament out. Okay, do a quick QDGL. Pressure advance helps with the motors overheating? No. Pressure advance helps with the prints looking better. I'm just stealing the value I have from the other one. No, I dropped the motor from 0.85 amps to 0.75 amps because they are running a little hot for my liking. And this printer isn't even enclosed yet, so. Doesn't help that as it's cooling, it's doing a thing, so the nozzle size is changing. What is this? Oh, jeez. I'm gonna run, no, yeah, this is running 48 volts. I have 48 volts on the motor on this machine. Obviously, except for the tool head. The tool head's not 48 volts, but the XYZ motors are all 48 volts on this setup. We got a Kraken under the hood being fed by 48 volts, so we're good there. And then we got 275 watts of 24 volts for the rest, so. Okay, so that's good there. Do a Z quickly. Okay. 220, heat you up. Let's purge some filament out. get orange loaded, and then I gotta load green to the other guy. This is annoying. You don't want to see my filament storage solution for this yet, by the way. It is literally just a bunch of spools in containers sitting on the floor with a crap ton of Bowden tube. It is not the most optimized setup. That is for sure. There we go. Don't lose the tool head. Okay, you're heated up. So 50 filament extrude. Purge out. Purge the unclean filament. Retract. Okay, now we go to tool 1. Now tool 1, heat that up. Wait for this, purge this out. Any word on getting the files for Phoenix Backpack? I have no idea. That's not up to me. That is up to the Voron folks. That is unfortunately not my wheelhouse to dictate. If it's up to me, I'd release those files now, but it's not up to me. One time I used a cardboard box with a socket extension. I've done worse. I have done worse for filament storage or filament feeding. You would be surprised. Okay. Purge. Purge the unclean filament. And then retract. Then we go back to tool 0. There we go. So now, upload and print. Let's see how this does. Let's see how this do. It's gonna be a lot of orange for a bit. Do I need support? I don't think I need support for this. Yeah, I don't think this print needs support. Hopefully this print doesn't need support. I don't think this print needs support. Yeah, no, this print doesn't need support. Yeah, we'll be fine. I love how there's a core of orange right through the whole thing to prevent it from, because it's a painted model. Has a new beta Prusa Slicer. Nice. I'm on 295 for Prusa Slicer, so. Some of the tail gets ragged if your cooling ain't good. Well, we'll see. Hopefully the cooling on these A4Ts is good. It should be. We'll see. We shall see, said the blind man to the deaf dog. Damn, Backrooms is looking like it's going to open to $85 million over the weekend. That's insane. Good for Kane. Good for Kane. Should I adjust this on the fly? Probably not, but I'm going to because it's making a creaking noise and I don't like it. Oh, it's a little late now. So what do we get? What do we get? Oh yeah, orange. Wait, what is this? Oh, I have this backwards. I'm printing it this way. Hopefully this, yeah, that should be fine. No, I gotta stop it. Is that ice cream? Yes, I will take ice cream. I will take ice cream.
It was too much for me, but not enough for me to like put it back.
Okay.
Like, it's done.
I will take ice cream. Thank you. Mwah. Okay, I gotta fix this. Don't like where that position was. 1 second here. Oh. There we go. There we go. There we go. A little less clicking, hopefully. Beer float. Oh, it's chocolate ice cream. Okay, that should be a bit healthier. So send that, upload and print. So this is a 12-hour print. Obviously, I'm gonna be going to bed at a certain point. So we are totally gonna be rolling the dice and letting this go overnight. Should I be letting this go overnight? Probably not. This isn't even real ice cream. This is like the crappy not ice cream. This ain't Chapman's. This ain't Chapman's. I'll just stay up a bit later and make sure it's going good before I call it. Crash detection? We ain't got no stinking crash detection. K Fegley Viper GTS R20. That's a long name. Cheers for becoming a member of Tool Changers Are Us. I forgot which tier that is, but cheers and appreciate it. Thank you. See it come off the bed? Yeah, no, the prints have been pretty good on the bed. I might just kind of do a cheeky little I know you're not supposed to put Vision Miner on a hot bed, but whatever. Just put a little cheeky amount right there and there just to ensure there's a little bit extra. It's going. I mean, unfortunately, there's not going to be much tool changing for the first bit of this print anyways, so it's not like you're going to see much for a little bit. Retail version of the VVD buffer sent to replace the beta, and it's need way better, more like your experience. Nice. Yeah, my VVD has been pretty damn solid in terms of like, I've not really had issues with it. But I got a production version. I used to do a lot of beta testing, especially back when I started, like when I was more heavily involved with Voron, back before I started doing the YouTube thing. I did a lot of beta testing for stuff back in the day. And I've kind of don't as much as I used to, just because I don't have the time for it. Plus, it's kind of hard to beta test stuff when both my print rooms are on stream. It gets annoying hiding stuff. So I kind of, when companies ask if I want to try something or demo it, I basically go, if it's in beta, don't send it. Unless it's something like really special or something, I just like wait until it's done and then I will take a look at it. So what is Tool Changers R Us? Is that a tier that I have? Membership level. Benchy, Torture Test, Spaghetti. Where is Benchy's R Us? Welcome to Tool Changers R Us. Was that a... Oh, that's a message you sent. Mr. Viper GTS. Is that a message you sent? I thought that was you becoming a channel member. I'm like, I don't have a Tool Changers R Us tier. I was confused for a second. I'm like, what? It's like, what? I was confused for a second there. I'm like, I don't remember setting up that tier of membership. Is it the 4th tier? It's not the 4th tier. 4th tier is like peak. Yes, I do. It is a tier? One second here. Okay, what? I'm pulling up my YouTube docs here, and I don't see it. Unless, oh, wait. Maybe I think I renamed it. I renamed them at some point, I think. One second here. YouTube Studio. Customization. Or no, where is it? Earn. Memberships. I don't know. Where do you see your members? Where is membership offer levels? Benchy, Torture Test, Full Plate ABS, Spaghetti on a Sewer. Oh, Tool Changers R Us. Yes, I do have a Tool Changers R Us tier. That's right. I do. And I just realized all my tiers are in Canadian dollars. Why did I set up my tiers in Canadian dollars? I should have set them up in American dollars. Oh well. Yeah, they're all in Canadian dollars. I should have set them up for American dollars. Oh well. No biggie. I mean, I'm a Canadian, so I guess it kind of makes sense that I put them in Canadian dollars, but... It might be regional. It might be like $4.99 in whatever your regional currency is. I don't know. You see, do you see like $4.99? Do you see $1.99, $4.99? So it might be regional. So it might be whatever region you're in. Blew up Origin. Yeah, Blue Origin blew up, which really sucks. I hope they get it fixed quick. It's like, oh hey, the ship that we've launched twice, the booster that we've launched twice and caught twice is in good shape. Too bad we don't have anything to launch it on. We don't have a pad to launch it. $2.99 and $5.99 on. Okay, so it's regional. It does do regional. Okay, that makes sense. Two tool heads for it. Two tool heads for what? In between A4T and ant head. I'll be honest. The A4T has the advantage that it's a bit smaller, so you can fit more tools. But if space is not a concern, I really like the A4T. The A4T, it's easier to print. It's easier to print. It's easier to work on. There are less parts. The Micron we built has an ant head on it, and it's kind of finicky. Like if you get a jam or you got to swap something out, it's kind of a Matryoshka doll of like you got to take everything off of it kind of thing. The A4T is like 3 printed parts. I personally like the A4T. There's a reason the next one tool head is going to be kind of looking like it. I personally like the A4T. So. But the A4T is a little bit fatter than some other tool heads. So you're doing a 350 2.4. If you got the room, how many tools are you doing? If you're doing 5 tools, you'll have room. I mean, this is a 330, and I've got almost enough room for 5. I mean, I probably could do 5. I just didn't want to be that cramped. Like, you look how much empty space I got in here, right? I could have fit 5 tools on here. I just kind of stole a bunch of the tool head stuff for the Venture XL, so I only had enough to build 4 tools. So. I like the looks of the ant head and the serviceability of the... Yeah, the A4T, I like it because it's very... I am more of a fan of, like, shut up and work. There's a reason I don't put LEDs in my tool heads, right? I just keep it simple. The less parts mean the less things I can break. So. Plus, I really like the entire extruder assembly is just held on with a couple screws, and the extruder is very easily, it's just a different plate for mounting different extruders. So it's very easy to swap between setups if you want to try stuff. Like, oh, I want to swap out from orbiters to, oh, the orbiter 3 comes out. Okay, just print a new adapter plate and move, and that's all I got to swap out. And you don't like, yeah, that's the other thing. Controlling all the LEDs gets annoying. Time is it? Oh, it's 10:34. Don't forget, we are giving away a spool of filament at the end of stream if you haven't entered yet. So enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. We will be doing the draw at 11 p.m. So don't miss out on that. The Galileo 2 extruder? Yeah. Galileo 2 is nice. I got orbiters in this. Here's the thing. When it's a standalone machine, when it's like a one-of-one machine, I'm okay with building an extruder. I like it. It's fun, right? I can't remember what we have on the Micron down there. I think it's the G2SA. But when you're doing something like a tool changer, where like everything needs to be the same, and the more the things are the same, the easier it is to work with, and the less faffing around there is. Having all off-the-shelf extruders makes it really nice because they're all the same. You don't really have to worry about them too much. They're all the same. You can use the same values for everything for the most part. So, Like, it's really annoying when you build 4 extruders and they all have a part crack at the same time kind of thing, right? So this is going to be printing single color for a bit. Like, we're not doing multicolor until layer an hour in. Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes in is when we start doing multicolor, according to this, so. How do orbiters last long term? I haven't had an orbiter die on me yet, put it that way. Also, we're trying to get Prusa to have it so your profiles, you can save them to your account. So that means like when you log into a different computer with your Prusa account, your profiles will be saved. Because you have a gig of storage. Prusa gives you a gig of storage for Prusa Connect. And yeah, you have a gig of storage on Prusa Connect for files. So we're trying to get Prusa to be like, hey, can you like let us save our files, our profiles to the cloud? So that way, if we have multiple different computers, we can sync our profiles among them. Because it is really annoying when I'm slicing stuff on this computer and I have my just about the same, but I changed a couple things profile and it's different than the profile I have on my computer. And yes, I know there are ways to save it to like a server on your house or like a network thing or a GitHub, but it'd be nice if it was just built into the system. That would be nice. Yeah, with EasyPrint. Yeah, that's the other thing too with EasyPrint, so that you can just use them within EasyPrint. I've used EasyPrint a couple times. No joke, I've used EasyPrint a couple times when I'm out and about with the little guy, and he's like, when we're out like on Art in the Park. Art in the Park's next weekend. Heck yeah. If you're in the Windsor area, go to Art in the Park next weekend. If you see me, say hi. I will say hi. I won't give you anything, but I'll say hi. He'll be like, oh, can you print me this or whatever? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. And I'll just pull it up on printables and just send it to one of the Prusas. So. Bamboo's getting litigious. Yeah, Bamboo just like, they just rub me the wrong way. They are just doing everything they can to just come across as dicks. Like, it is so easy to not do that. But they're doing like everything in their power just to be dicks. Cloud profiles are great until the cloud wigs out. Well, yeah, true. But I mean, like, having local profiles are great until your computer crashes and then you gotta rebuild them all, right? Same thing, right? At least if you have local and cloud, you could have them saved to your computer and saved to the cloud and you can sync them. And then if you lose the cloud, at least you still have them on your computer. And then when the cloud comes back, you can resync them. You don't want them to be totally locked to the cloud. You want to be able to, like, it would be nice to have a button up here called like sync profile to the cloud, and then you could, that way you don't need to save everything, right? When you're just playing around, it's like, oh, hey, this print, I'm printing with a PLA that likes it a little hotter, and I change the value. I don't want to be always updating my profile to the cloud, but I do want, it would be nice if there was a button that you could click that would just take the profile you have right there and just upload it to the cloud, and then that way you can pull it down whenever you want, kind of thing. What hot ends? They are chibi tubes, tube compacts. Steam sync for profiles. Oh yeah, Steam is like, Valve and Steam are like the baseline. If you run your company the way Valve handles stuff, if you're handling stuff the same way Valve handles stuff, you're probably doing good. So for example, Steam, all my game saves are saved to the Steam cloud. It is really nice when I like refresh my computer, go from Windows to Linux, and like, oh, all my save files are still here. I don't have to worry about that. They're all still here. I don't have to worry about it. The base Steam Deck is 800 US. Yeah. It's freaking RAM, memory prices, RAM and storage prices have gone stupid insane. Blame Jedi. Blame Jedi. It's all those damn clankers. I detest this freaking AI trend. As somebody who doesn't use generative AI for anything, it is so annoying having to deal with everyone, like having to deal with that. It's kind of like how I'm annoyed it cost me $100 to fill my tank of gas because a pedophile, we know, like, it cost me $100 to fill my tank of gas because of a pedophile in another country. Okay? I don't like that my computer costs much more to upgrade now because of frickin' this stupid generative AI bullshit. Like, I have no control over it, and it's affecting me, and I hate it. And I just got to deal with it. The capacity for being set aside. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like they walk in, it's like, hey, can we buy all next year's production of memory? And they're like, okay, that'll be like $100 billion. And they're like, okay, we'll give you the money in the future. We're like, okay. So all production's tied up for money that doesn't exist yet. Ah! Ah! I hate it. At least I get to drive. Yeah. Need to replace. I swapped out the my thumbsticks on my Steam Deck were going, and I swapped them out with a ghillie kit, and they're fine. Screw. Yeah. Hey, 10 years since Harambe. May 28th. Did you all celebrate? I hope you all poured one out for Harambe. It's been 10 years. It's been over a decade. I miss that monkey. Woo! Gergman's got his Trident printing. Everyone clap for Gergman. They got their Trident printing. I will say, this thing's actually printing pretty clean, too, which is nice. Techno-feudalism. Yep. Yep, we are moving very quickly towards a... It sucks we're getting the corporate-controlled world of cyberpunk without the cool robot arms and cyborg guys, and it sucks. If we're going to live in a techno-fascist... corporation-controlled society, I want my damn robot legs. My knees hurt. I want my knees to not hurt and be robot legs. DDR4 and AMD massive L3 caches are much cheaper with slower UDIMMs. Now my 270K with 570 Ti build was almost 4K USD. Damn! My desktop is a 5800X, an AMD 5800X, so AM4. I wish it was a 5800X 3D, but it's a 5800X. Plenty fine. And a 3090. I will not be upgrading that, and I got 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 3200 megahertz. And then I got like a 1 terabyte NVMe drive and a 1.6 terabyte SSD that I have all the games on. Those I won't be upgrading anytime soon. My Unraid server is 12 terabytes. It's four gig drives. One of them is parity. So I have 12 usable terabytes of storage. As of now, do I have my thing? I'm using like 60% of it right now. I kind of want to throw 2 more drives in there. I can throw 2 more drives in there. But with the way it works, I would have to throw like a bigger drive for parity and then another big drive to get more out of it, because there always has to be a parity drive. So you need to add 2 to add 1 kind of thing if you're going up inside from 4 terabyte drives. But the problem is hard drives are stupid expensive, so I don't want to upgrade it. I don't want to put more in there right now. So A new life awaits you in the off-world colonies. Yeah, can I get off this rock, please? I mean, I don't really play any crazy games that require crazy graphics. Like the most graphically intense game I play, and I haven't played it in a couple months, is Cyberpunk. And I beat that whole thing. Basically, I could run Cyberpunk at 1440p. Pretty much everything maxed out with no ray tracing. And I use AMD FSR because why not? Just to double my frame rate. So I set it like 120 FPS. I'm okay with that at 1440p. I don't really notice the input latency lag with AMD FSR. Because it's only like the basic one where it only doubles the frame rate or just gives you a little bit extra frames. It's not like giving you 4 fake frames kind of thing. And it's funny, you know, the artifacting that you get from using FSR from FrameGen and the upscaling, I hand wave it in Cyberpunk because it's Cyberpunk, right? You have computer eyes, so it's glitches in the system. That's not your upscaling an FSR and FrameGen that's causing the glitching. It's yourself being an android or a robot that's doing it. That's what happens when you're too chromed out. Yeah, like we're playing Mass Effect 3 right now, and that game just runs fine. Legendary Edition just runs fine. Yeah, some games you actually need to run like DLSS and the upscaling and all that stuff. It's kind of annoying. Like, it was nice for a while there when I had a 1080p monitor that I could just run everything without having to do it. But now that I have a 1440p 165 hertz monitor, it's like, hey, I kind of have to turn the DLSS on a bit. And I got to kind of give it a little bit of frame gen just to kind of get that butter smooth that I like. Cyborg. Did I say Android? Sorry, yeah, I meant Cyborg. Getting borged out. Get yourself some Chrome Choom. If you got the Eddies. We are 1% done the print. Yay! Okay, we got 10 minutes left in the stream. If you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. Enter for your chance. We will be doing the giveaway at the end of stream, so make sure you enter for that. I really shouldn't be eating this ice cream. I mean, it's all melted, but getting that last little bit of melted ice cream goodness. It's gonna go straight to my thighs. AC Black Flag. I honestly never really got into Assassin's Creed. I got the first Assassin's Creed way back in the day, and I played that for a bit, and I was like, yeah, this is okay. And then I just stopped playing it. I think I got like halfway through it, and then I put it down, and I never picked it back up again. And I've never played any other one. Final Fantasy 14 and Warframe run fine on 4K on a 3090. Oh yeah. I mean, they're older games, right? I mean, I remember playing Final Fantasy 14, the original, before they nuked the world and started over because the original was so bad. And that game ran like dog shit on computers at the time. Like if you played Final Fantasy 14 before Realm Reborn, especially during the beta, which I did, that game ran like dog shit on most computers. I think I had like a 50... Oh, what did I have? It was after I went... not a 5070. What did I have for a graphics card? Like 5700? Not a 5700. It was an AMD 5770. It was a 5770, I want to say. An AMD 5770 at the time. New Metro? Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. That looked really cool. I mean, the Summer Game Awards is coming up soon or whatever, or the Summer Game Fest or whatever, so they're hopefully, hey, Half-Life 3 might be announced, guys. Might get Half-Life. Copium. I want to see what's coming out with the new Mass Effect. I'm hoping they show off some new stuff for the new Mass Effect. I miss the Mass Effect universe. Yeah, the 58. Yeah, I had a 5770 because I upgraded from my 8800 GT to a 5770, and then I went from the 5770 to a 7870, and then I went from a 78. So I can tell you every graphics card I own. Very first computer I ever had was a laptop. It had a Radeon 9700 Pro in it, right? Not an ATI Radeon 9700 Pro. And that was a laptop that had an AMD 3400 Clawhammer single core CPU in it. That laptop had 30 minutes of battery life. It was great. I played World of Warcraft on it. And then I built a desktop. I had an AMD Athlon X2 3800 with a 760 GT, a NVIDIA 760 GT that I replaced with a 8800 GT. And then I used that until I built an i5 2500K machine with I think I also upgraded to the 5770 around that time. And then the 5770 got replaced with a 7870. And then the 7870 got replaced with a NVIDIA 1060 6 gig. And I still had the i5 2500K, because that thing I had for like 11 years. And then I rebuilt that with a AMD 3700X. The 1060 became a 5700 XT, which then got replaced with a 3090, and the 3700X got replaced with a 5800X. So I would like to get onto AM5, but I'm not rebuilding an entire computer for that. Yeah, the 25. Oh yeah, I still have that computer with the. I still have that because I took that computer and I gave it to my wife. So I still have it in the closet. It's an i5 2500K. It's overclocked to 4.3 gigahertz. It ran at 4.3 gigahertz for frickin' 10 years straight before I retired it. And it still has the 1060 in it. Micro Center 22,000 PC, Ryzen, Threadripper, RTX Pro 6000 and 96 gigs of VRAM and a 250. See, the thing is though with John, that computer probably barely runs any better than a modern AMD 9850X or a current gen X3D AMD with a 5900 and 120 whatever gigs of RAM. The 1060 is probably worth something. It's old now. The 1060 is like over 10 years old now. Like, if the 1080s are finally not worth it anymore, 1060. The 1080s were good because they had 11 gigs of VRAM. 6 gigs of VRAM nowadays is not a lot. And I still have the 5700 XT from AMD, which is an 8 gig card. So that's just sitting on a shelf. That computer was $1,200 last year. Damn. Yeah, it's stupid how expensive everything got. I hate it. I hate it. And the thing is, Gen AI is shit. I've yet to see Gen AI actually make anything worth it. to build proposals for like jobs. Honestly, if I had a client that was using Gen AI to make proposals for jobs, I wouldn't trust them, because if they can't do the work to propose a job, how well do you think they're going to do the job? The thing with Gen AI, it looks like Gen AI. Like especially anything cartoony generated with generative AI, it all looks the same. It trips that damn uncanny valley effect with me, and it just stands out like a Thor thumb. And no matter even when it looks good, it still looks like generative AI, which immediately makes me hate it. Bidding for government work? Oh, if it's for the government, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? It's the government. F them. Current PC is a Ryzen 9 7900X, 64 gigs of RAM and a 4070. Oh yeah, that's a solid. That's a solid computer. That's a solid computer. I mean, there's nothing really coming out anytime soon that like, oh my god, you need to absolutely upgrade your graphics card for this. I mean, Lego Batman needs DLSS, but who cares? Lego Batman. How much RAM is in a 3D printer? It depends on your Raspberry Pi. This has 1 gig. Amazon is going to make it. Yeah, and the person they hired to do that was going to be in charge of that, backed out because of any creator that comes out and says, oh, we're going to make something with generative AI, they immediately get hated on, which is good. You deserve to be hated on. And they backed out because, like, you ruin your reputation. You ruin your reputation tying yourself to the generative AI pony. The only people that support it are tech bros. And everything's a flash in the pan to them. So you got no staying power from a bunch of tech bros. You have the subset of people that just kind of don't care. And then you have this large group of people who are extremely vocal, that if they find out you use generative AI, they flip their shit and they call you out. So there is no advantage to using generative AI when you release something other than cutting costs. That's the only reason to do it. It doesn't look better than anything else. It doesn't appeal to more people than anything else. The only advantage to generative AI is it costs less. And that's because tokens are cheap right now. Because no AI company is making money, except Anthropic, I think, does make money, but it's through the coding side of it. But like generating videos and images lose money. They're just cheap now because they're trying to onboard as many people as possible. The moment they actually flip the switch and they charge you prices that are, hey, we're making money on this prices for using generative AI video and generating video, it's not worth it. Oh, the Trump's freedom. Yeah, all the performers backed out. Apparently they all got hired through like a third party, and it was like, they weren't told what the event was, and then it came out what the event was, and they're like, oh hell nah. We're out. I think Vanilla Ice is still signed up for it. He's gonna come out there and sing all his one hit. Honestly, the only Vanilla Ice song I know is the Not Under Pressure song. And Go Ninja Go. I should just stop talking about AI. It fucking sucks. And, you know, my computer costs, I want to upgrade my computer, but now it costs twice as much because of how much Gen AI sucks. So yes, I'm going to keep talking about it. It sucks. Everything created with generative AI looks like shit. It's horrible. And it's yellow. Got a piss filter on it. Also, it's not AI. It is not artificial intelligence. It is a large language model. It's a predictive text model. It's just predictive generation. There is no intelligence to it. That's the part that annoys me the most. That's why I call them clankers. They're non-intelligent AI. They are non-sentient. There is no intelligence to AI. There is no reasoning behind those cathode ray tubes. It is just predictive text and pattern recognition. There is no intelligence to it. A company lost $500 million because they didn't have a token cap for employees. Damn! They're amazing. Yes, there are good... You notice how I've been using generative AI? Using it for coding, using it for research purposes, for pattern recognition, for cancer detection. Those are very valid use cases for the technology. But you notice I'm not shitting on that. I'm shitting on generative AI. I'm shitting on the image generation, the voice generation, the video generation. That's the stuff I detest about this technology. The actual, like, it's like the AI bubble or the computer bubble. For those of us that are old enough that be around when the whole the .com bubble happened, basically people oversold the internet. Pets.com was worth like more than a country. And then the entire thing collapsed because, oh shit, there's not enough revenue here to justify the money. But the underlying technology had use cases. It just, people invested way too much, way too early. We're having the same thing with AI right now. People are throwing way too much money into this, saying it's gonna do everything. The bubble's gonna pop. It's gonna suck, but the bubble's gonna pop. And then, actual good use cases of this technology will stay around. But like, the fact that I have to have a secret code phrase with my family because my voice, because I'm on the internet, can be easily cloned and somebody can call my mom pretending to be me and sound exactly like me. Oh, that's great technology. I love the fact that that exists. Or somebody can make a video of me saying something and post it on a subreddit and be like, oh, look what this YouTuber said. And just completely make up a fake video of that. And then I have to defend myself against the fake video, but it's generative AI. How do you prove it's not? It looks real. Oh yeah, I love this technology. I freaking love, no. Sound ignorant? I'm giving valid use cases. Do you enjoy generative AI cartoons? Do you enjoy the fact that scammers are using it to take advantage of people? Are you enjoying the fact that creative artists and designers and editors are losing their jobs so that companies can make even more money out of this by firing people and laying off people? I've looked into this stuff. I've watched the videos. I've done the research. I've read papers on it. I've seen the output of generative AI. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Okay, who wants to do a giveaway? You have less than a minute. I'll give you 1 minute. This is your reminder because I ran long. I'm way too general. Because we're scratching the surface. This is a 3D printing stream where I go on random tangents. I'm not going to spend 3 hours diving into the minutia of how much Gen AI sucks when I can just say Gen AI sucks and the majority of people agree with me because Gen AI sucks. So, it's great for recipe research. You got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that because I've seen one where it's like, oh, you instead of using this, if you want to make a recipe, it was like some like Asian dish. They're like, use this root, but don't cook it. And somebody replied in the comment, it's like, no, if you don't cook the root, it's poison. So, yeah, you gotta remember if your pizza sauce doesn't stick to the pizza, you add glue to it. Okay, let's do this giveaway. I hate the fact that when you Google something, now it's like, how big of a 3D printer should I get? And then like the first thing is just like, oh yeah, this stupid thing where it's like, this right here is killing the internet. This right here as a content creator on the internet, this right here is killing the internet. Because it basically steals traffic. When you look something up, and instead of our good old pal, the next layer here, getting a click on a video, people just read this and go, oh, okay. People who run news sites or blog sites, their content is just getting scraped, thrown up here, and they're losing the clicks, they're losing the views. So now you're generating content to be fed into the Google AI LLM, to be fed to the audience without you getting a cut of it. This right here is horrible. I hate this. Because also, it tells you it confidently. It tells you it confidently. And people just go with it. So, like, this kind of shit I hate. Although, I will say YouTube has actually been cracking down on a lot of those AI channels that use, like, a celebrity voice, or they just basically read a YouTube, or read a Wikipedia page or something. YouTube has been cracking down on a lot of those slop channels. If you ever want a fun time, and you want to have some fun and like have a fun time, follow the YouTube, I think it's YouTube creators. There's a Twitter account for YouTube that like creators reach out to when they have a problem. Follow that account. If you want a good chuckle, follow that account. Because the majority of times when that account replies and posts or whatever, it's people complaining like, oh, sir, my account, my YouTube channel was demonetized and I believe it's in error. And it's just pure AI slop. Pure AI slop. They're like, oh, I use, and then it was like the one, somebody hired a Fiverr artist. They hired a Fiverr artist, an old guy from Fiverr, to read out our channel is legit. We spend time researching stories and using actors to recreate stuff. And it was like they paid a guy to read this thing pretending to be them. And the whole channel was AI videos of like this old couple rescuing bobcats. And it's like hundreds of bobcats started showing up. And the whole thing was AI. And they paid Fiverr. They paid a guy on Fiverr to pretend to be the channel so that when they applied to YouTube to say, oh no, we're real people, they had a real person. It was hilarious. Jeff, how you doing, man? It's printing. Yeah, it's printing. Although it's not going to get to the multicolor stuff for a bit, but we've been doing test. Yeah, where's? Oh, it's that camera. We've been doing test coins, so it's printing. Dude, okay, the radio. You got the. I'm assuming the Prusa bed. I haven't watched the video. I'm assuming the Prusa bed works pretty dang good as a radio antenna. It's just copper wire, right? You got to use the stepper motors to play back what comes on the radio, though. You got to tie in the stepper motors because stepper motors can make music, right? So you got to get the radio playing over the speaker, and then you got to have the printer together, so you can just have the printer as a radio. You got to tie that in somehow. Okay, we got to do a giveaway though. We got to do a giveaway. Everyone say hi to Jeff. And also, if for whatever reason you're not subscribed to Jeff Deerling, go subscribe to Jeff. You're going to Open Source this year, right? From 1 mile away from a 33 kilowatt dam. Stepper playback would be awesome. Yeah. Yes. Oh, awesome. I got to go to Open Source in 2024. Kind of snuck in. I was invited. Prusa sponsored me to be there, but like as just a normal guy. I would love to go back, but I think this year, one, I would have to find a sponsor to go because I'm in Canada, and unfortunately, San Francisco is expensive as shit. So I did not make back what it would cost for me to go there on videos. But it's like they moved it to June. Wasn't it normally July? It's normally July. They moved it to June this year. And it's like the same weekend as my 10-year anniversary. So even if I wanted to go, I am not taking that heat. I am not taking that heat. That is something I am not taking heat on. I am not bailing on a 10-year anniversary to go to Open Source. As much as I would like to go, I'm not taking that heat. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Who is that guy? I have no idea who that is. You can walk to Open... Yeah, John, you're local. That's where we met. I met you at Open Source, yeah. Yeah, Open Source is awesome. It is like... It is such a chill event for YouTube creators in like the tech sphere. It is such a chill event. One, I wish I had enough YouTube cred to get invited to it, but I don't, so that ain't happening. And two, I wish it wasn't so expensive. It's July 17, 19. Oh, sorry. It's not our 10-year anniversary. It's my wife's birthday. July 18th is my... June 18th is, or June 11th is my anniversary. So that was... What event was it? There was one event I was going to go... There's something I was going to do around then, but that's our 10-year. It is... My wife's birthday is July 18th. That's what it is. It's my wife's birthday, July 18th. That's why I can't go to Open Sauce. Want to test Soval, the vibes. Soval, they were a little at first, but they have come around pretty solid. So yes, I would like to try out Soval's multicolored machine. I have a couple Soval machines. The original SV08, I got a pure lemon of a machine, and I had issues with it, and I called them out on it. I have a Soval Mini. That machine's pretty solid, and their tool changer looks like it's going to be pretty legit. Plus, Soval has been pretty chill with the whole open source stuff. They've been, as far as Asian market companies go, they've been pretty legit with the open source stuff. So they should be pretty good. How many? I can't remember. What number was that? 196. Random bots. 196. Play. Yeah, Soval. Soval has a tool changer coming out. Infomec has their index clone. Creality has their not quite index clone, but very index-esque style tool changer. Bondtech has the index system, which is going to be, you can put that on any printer you want, and you could also buy it with a Prusa. And Bamboo is coming out with a bigger A1. They're coming out with a bigger bed flinger. So it's kind of like... Everyone's going to proper tool changers, and Bamboo's kind of sticking with their AMS system, so... Airplane tickets got crazy. Oh, I bet I flew to Colorado in April for Rocky Mountain Rep Fest, and it's like I bought my tickets just before everything went to shit, and it's like, oh yeah, I lucked out there. Okay, how this works is if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker, but if I pick your ball and you win, you also get a free hat. Good luck to Wade Franklin Wyatt. If you win, you get a free hat with your spool of filament from Polymaker. Good luck. Yeah, you're flying from St. Louis. Yeah, you were hanging out with Pooch and the Gloop guys. Time for a marble run. Yeah, we give away a spool of filament at the end of stream, and I like using the marble run because it's engaging. It's better than a wheel of names. But yeah, so you're flying from St. Louis, so that shouldn't be too bad. Then again, I haven't looked at ticket prices lately. I don't think I have to fly. I'm going to be driving to Philadelphia for 3D Printopia at the end of this year. I am not flying. Oh, is this the Aliens one? This is the Aliens one. Who's in the lead? Oh, I hate that. There we go. Collie 3D is in the lead. Don't get abducted by the aliens. Going to Ontario. Oh, where in Ontario? If you can say. Where in Ontario will you be? Because Ontario's big. It's like saying I'm going to Texas. Ontario is bigger than Texas. So, I'm assuming the GTA area. Okay. Oh, are you visiting, are you going to visit Hacksmith? Going north. Well, I mean, they're like the only ones in the area. I've met, I can never remember what his actual name is. I've met him twice. Or I've actually met him 3 times, I think. Once with at Joel's and Open Sauce. Sambo Jones with the win. But I've never been to the Hacksmith compound. I think they are technically the closest, like, YouTuber in, like, our realm to me is Well, except for, what's his name over in Ann Arbor over there. So Sambo Jones with the win. Not necessarily. Who else is in the Kitchener area? I know I have a Twitch streamer I have some Twitch streamer, some Call of Duty Twitch streamer who's rich as shit who lives near me. I don't know who it is, but I see him driving around their McLaren. It'll be a surprise. Oh, nice. Well, if you're driving up, I'm in Windsor, so let me know and I'll wave as you drive up, but I'm assuming you're flying. Sambo Jones with the win. Yeah, I'm at the absolute bottom of Canada. Like, literally, look at the map of Canada, go south, and when you run out of Canada, that's where I'm at. So. The Ferrari Luce. Oh, I think we talked about it. Like, here. Like, this is me. This is where Canada runs out. Like, literally. That is as far south as you can go in Canada. That is as far south as you can go in Canada. And that's like 45 minutes an hour from my house. Yeah, the Luce, here, let me pull up the picture. Let me pull up the picture of the Luce. Yeah, there you go. Remember who you are. The multipla. It is kind of sad. Like, I'm sorry. What is the Hyundai called? Hyundai N76? Project Envision 76? I am sorry. Nobody has designed an EV. You know, I think this is hydrogen. It's not an EV. Like, this. I want more. I know it's hydrogen, it's not an EV, but I want more cars like this. Give me this. Give me this. If the Ferrari Luce looked like this, oh my god, it would sell like hotcakes. Give me, like, we're building electric cars. Let's go with the cyberpunky style. Come on, like 80s but high tech. Come on. That don't look like EVs. I know, that's the problem with EVs. Like, so I used to work in automotive in the mold industry, and the thing with EVs is the fact that they don't have the grille in the front, and they have to be so super sleek for aerodynamics to get the range. It kind of force dictates a lot of the design language. So they all kind of end up looking very same-ish. There's like, you kind of have to deal, like they kind of all have to look same-ish. That video is like 5 years old for the Type 76. That video is like 5 years old. Lotus Avisha, how do you even pronounce that? If your car is named after rolling your head across the keyboard, it's probably not a good idea. Water droplet shape, take it or leave it. Hey, I was around, I remember all those teardrop cars, all those rounded cars from the late 90s, early 2000s. Onic 5. It is kind of funny how like Hyundai has been like killing it with like their EVs, like in terms of design. Like we did the molds for Tesla back in the day, and it's like, they're boring. They're boring. And by the way, when they leave our factory, they did not have panel gaps. That's entirely on their end. Lotus Avisha. What is Lotus Avisha? Well, that just looks like a normal car. Well, that's just a normal car. Yeah, that's just a normal car. The thing is though, when I look at that car, if you were to just show me a picture of that car, I would not be able to tell you what that car is. Like this, it's a sports car. This has like no, like it has no branding style to it. Okay, it says Lotus on it. But I mean, when I look at this car, it doesn't stand out as like, it doesn't stand out as a Ferrari or a Lambo or anything like that. It is just sports car or hypercar or whatever. There's no like design language, which is one of the reasons the Luce, I'll be honest, hot take, the Luce looks fine. The Ferrari Luce looks fine. The problem is it doesn't look like a Ferrari. And that's the problem. It just looks like, oh, it's a high-end electric car. Well, it's a Ferrari. Well, that's the problem. It doesn't look like a Ferrari. I think that's the problem with the Luce. It's not that the car looks fine. I personally think it looks fine. It just doesn't look like a Ferrari. So, next one I have. So I have a Subaru Crosstrek that I got 3 years ago. I wanted to get an EV. The problem is, for the price of my Subaru Crosstrek, I got a Subaru Crosstrek and basically $20,000 in gasoline versus the cheapest EV in Canada. So it was either get the cheapest EV in Canada or get a Subaru Crosstrek and have $20,000 in gasoline budget. And I don't drive a lot. In 3 years, I put 50,000 not even 50,000 kilometers on it. So, have some ABS Pro on the way. I do not. All the Polymaker reps are in Japan right now for the Rep Fest, so I don't have a contact, but I will be seeing if they want to send some over. Cadillac Eldorado. Is that one of those cars that's like 30 feet long, has 2 doors, has like an 18-liter engine, and has 120 horsepower? Is it one of those? Buying gas is so annoying. Every other week when I go to Costco, I fill up. That's usually what I do. So every other week when we go to Costco, I fill up. That's usually what I do. So I usually get I get more than 2 weeks, but it's every other week when I go to Costco, I fill up. So sometimes I'm at half a tank, sometimes I'm at quarter tank, sometimes it's a little bit less if we go somewhere, but yeah. I work from home, but my car is the family vehicle, so whenever we go to the mall or whatever, we drive my car. So okay, so I ran late today. I gotta finish my beer. When we finish the beer, we'll end it. Unfortunately, I don't think we're doing any color changing yet. What layer are we on? 136. And we start doing filament changes at layer 176. So we got another 50 layers before we start doing color changes. Extra tax. Oh, that makes sense. Like, I'm not opposed to that. I've seen things. So for those that don't know, when you buy gas, part of the gas tax goes to the road system. So you buying gasoline or gasoline for your vehicle, you get taxed on that. That tax goes to paying for potholes and fixing roads and like building highways and that whole thing. So when you buy an EV, you're not paying the gas tax. So a lot of places now are implementing an EV tax, which I'm okay with. I get it. Although I think it should be a mileage thing. Like at the end of the year, you tell them your mileage and they tax you based on how much you drove. I think that's fair. But like, just because you drive an EV doesn't mean you get out of paying for supporting the roads. Somebody's got to pay for them. I mean, when I drive through Detroit, nobody pays for them because Detroit and the roads are all potholes, but I think they'll meter EV chargers soon. I mean, they already meter your house electric use to begin with. I want to see the color change. It's not gonna be for like another like half hour. An estimated. Oh, don't get me wrong. The subsidies need to go away. I can't believe something as profitable as the oil industry gets subsidized. But still, the taxes still go to the roads. Like, at least they're supposed to. When I talk about things like concepts like this, I'm talking in like a hypothetical perfect world where things actually work the way they're supposed to work. We have several Nimitz class carriers. Well, they're a nuclear. Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear. They're nuclear. Can't have anything in Detroit. I know. I can see Detroit from my house. Actually, I can't see Detroit. I can see the new bridge. I can't wait for that thing to be open. That'll be nice when that's open. Be driving to the airport in Detroit a lot easier. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there. we were going to end it a little while ago after the giveaway, but we had a celebrity pop in. And then we ended up yapping about how bad the new Ferrari looks. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully this print, I'm going to stay up a little late just to make sure this print's kind of going. So if the print finishes good, I'll post pictures of it on the Discord and the Twitters and the social medias tomorrow. If it fails horribly, if it's funny, I will take pictures of it. If it's shameful, I'll probably still take pictures of it. So we'll see. Definitely not. Yeah, you know what? That Ferrari, I was going to buy the new electric Ferrari, but it's so ugly. You know what? I'm just not going to buy it. I'm just not going to buy it. I was this close. I was just close. I had my credit card out. I was going to buy the new Ferrari, and I was like, you know what? The design just does not gel with me. I'll save my money. I mean, what was it, like 50 bucks? Something like that. Oop, I just got an email. Who did I get an email from? Brand collab invite, Nero X N4D. Hi, I'm Joey from Collect, an agency matching creators with 500 top brands. I'm reaching out for a campaign for N4D and advanced image to 3D generate. Fuck off, block. We do not promote generative AI on this channel. Just quit emailing me. Freaking Tripo AI and Meshi AI. Non-stop spam of my inbox. Non-stop spam of my inbox. It is, those two companies are on my shit list just for how often they spam me, and they use different email addresses because I block them all, but they just use different email addresses and different agencies representing them. So I get like a dozen emails a week from companies representing those two companies. It's so annoying. Okay, we're gonna call it there. I will post pictures of the print when the print's done, hopefully. So hopefully it finishes good. If it does not, I'll still post pictures of it. It's content. Jay Leno refused to buy a Ferrari. How they get? Yeah, who can buy? Yeah, you don't want unless you buy like one of the basic bitch Ferraris. They can dictate who can buy what. Deadmau5 had his basically taken back from Ferrari because he wrapped it with a neon cat, and Ferrari flipped their shit because, oh, you're ruining our brand's image or whatever. So I don't know. I do not live in that world, and I have no desire to live in that world. Okay. We're going to call it there. Again, huge shout out to LDO Motors. LDO provided the stealth changer kit that we used for upgrading this V2 to a tool changer. If you are interested in grabbing one of those, check them out, link below. Also shout out to Luke's Lab. Luke provided the chibi tubes, the hot ends used for this build. If you want to grab them, check them out, link below. They're one of the ones you can use code Canuck to save a little bit of money, along with Gamer Subs. Check them out as well. And shout out to Polymaker for the spool filament giveaway this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more below. Affiliate links, you know, the whole spiel. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. As for this build, if this print goes good, we still got to do a little bit of slicer tuning, but this build is pretty much done now. I do need to put a top hat on it, so I got to print that off. We do need to figure out how we're going to panel it up because we got some panel gaps. We got some Tesla level panel gaps we got to fill in back here and make some custom panels for that. And also we do need to figure out spool management. I do want to see, I might do just 4 spool holders on the side and just have it live here because this printer is going to move here. And then this printer is going to move somewhere else. But this printer is going to live here. So hopefully that'll be all set up by next stream. Okay, calling it there. It's late at night. It's Saturday night. I feel all right. You have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. And I will see you all in the future. Good night.